but it's way easier to use and way more flexible. It'll be interesting to see how it does. How it does. All right, looks like Twitch is live. The tubes is up. Pause and pause. And I'm actually trying to stream to Kick now, because I'm switching back to PoE2. No, let's not do questions about me. There's Kick. Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna reboot the chat so that way I have access to all the chat stuff. Here we go. And then let's see here. I have a command for guides that's linked to a bot. I don't remember which bot I'm using. That's not good. Bot. Maybe if I type in bot, it'll show up. Streamer bot. Moo bot. Moo dot bot. Maybe it's Moo bot. Nope. It looks like I told Moo bot you're not allowed. Nightbot? Nightbot's common, right? Yeah, it's probably Nightbot. Yeah. Commands. Discord, guide, song request. I'm working on that. I swear. Okay, cool. And this, it's weird. This works for Twitch, and then it'll work for YouTube if I also log into YouTube. And then it'll probably work for Kick if I also log into Kick. So annoying. I need to use Streamer Bot for everything, but I I need to sign into some things. Okay, now we're making some big moves. PoE2 is coming up top. PoE1's going down here. Sorry, Po1. You're getting bumped. And then we'll do an announcement here that I'm live for Po2. Live with first Po2 stream of the new league boot up cycle. So hyped. Come find me. Yo, what's up, 2EG? 4 a.m. Supposed to work, but this live is more important. You're too kind, my friend. This live cannot be more important than your work, but that's a kind, I feel like that's a nice thing to say. Thank you. And yeah, we'll put a Kick link in there. I like Kick. I think it's a good platform. I don't think the platform is very gamer friendly yet, but I like it. Okay, and then I'll send this and remove the embeds. I haven't booted up PoE2 yet. It's going to be an epic moment. I'm going to boot up PoE2 in an epic moment here in a bit. Now, I have a new mic and testing some things. It's supposed to have a mute button, I think. Let me test this. Boop. Boop. Nope, that didn't work. Boop. Boop. Nope. Mute button? Hello? Maybe it doesn't have one. Yo, what's up, potato? Just potato. Thanks, dude, for the welcome back. Maybe there's a mute button. Wave XLR. I bet if I just crank it down, let me test this. Crank down. It's gone, but that's kind of hefty. Maybe if I tap it. Ooh, no, that didn't work either. Oh boy. That would start scuffing my audio. Oh, you were Arthur. Okay, right on. I got you now. How does my mic sound? I got a new microphone. I actually expect it sounds a little worse, which is ironic, but it's like so much easier to use. It'll be worth it. It is sitting like right by my face, so I don't know, like when I take a drink of water, it's probably going to be a little bit ASMR. No, actually, it wasn't. That's cool. I don't think anything came through. Okay. That's set. Now in Mobalytics, Gonna pull up my PO2 set of guides. It looks like they reset the builds already for the new league. I only see one in featured builds. Misashiru. And what I want to do is go through all of mine. I want to deactivate the ones that basically are either like no longer truly viable, like you could play them, but they're not very good. I don't want to be recommending anything like that anymore just for the sake of it. And then the other set of things I'll phase out is basically stuff where like the guide is no longer the best source of information for what's out there, I guess, so to speak. So we'll work on some of this. And trying to think here. I'm looking at my frame for the stream. I guess that's fine. Looks kind of weird, but I guess that's fine. Okay. Turn that off. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to boot up PO2. I'm really hyped. I'm like really, really excited. I'm going to turn off PoE overlay 1. We're done with you. And here we go. Okay, we have a patch. That was like super underwhelming. Ooh, the landmine warning was not appearing in certain situations. Not good. Okay, I'm gonna bring this over here. I'm also down to one monitor. My wife's out of town, so normally I stream in an office that's pretty like separated from the rest of the life of the house. But I'm watching all 3 of my kids this weekend while my wife's out of town, and I don't want to be far away or like secluded from my kids while they're sleeping. I want to be real close, so I moved here. Nice to hear. Just gonna log into the Blood Mage first. I probably need to clear out Faustus. I bet hopefully I sold a few things while I didn't play for a really long time. Long loading screens. These are not a part of PO1. They are an unfortunate part of PO2, it looks like. Oh, well, it gives me time to like fix my screen share a bit. Those borders are on my screen, so no problems there. I could bring it to the corner and stretch it, but then it's going to be like kind of off the screen. Pretty awkward, actually, what to do at this size. Wait, where's the sound, bro? Is my jukebox off? Let's go with clear film. Oh yeah, baby. You'll love to hear that. All right.
What's new?
Oh my lord. I sold everything. Everything that I had put up and left behind. It probably all sold because nobody else was putting items up, right? Well, that's good. I'll have a little bit of money to work with for like updating guides and stuff like that. It's going to take me forever to move this stuff, but ooh. Dude, I like can't even do not mouse click PO1 mode. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot. Now, I did see a screenshot at one point that mirrors became worth like 10,000 div. Is that true? Let me look here. Oh my god, my brain is really in PO1 mode. Oh my god. Yeah, look at that. 9K for a mirror. You've never gotten a div in PO2? Well, you did not play Fate of the Vol then, because you missed the greatest currency printer in either game's history. which was at Ceres Temple in Poe 2. You missed out, Trezzy. In fact, you could still do it, my friend. We're at almost a mirror of divines here, though. That's pretty cool. You've dropped 2 mirrors in the temple? That's fantastic. That's so much fun. Ah, okay. Well, yeah, temple was special. Temple building was very special. Let's see what a lock is. Oh, wow. I could buy like 4 locks. I was locking my Temporalis for a perfect slam. I'm up to 29% quality on it. It's a really good looking, not perfect Temporalis. All right, so how do I play this? I blink a lot. Yep. Ooh, look at my cosmetics chest. It's glowing. It's glowing with sails. I like it. Bring back the glow. Okay, just kind of getting used to some buttons here, man. I'm really in Poe 1 mode, and I got to get out of it before I can actually pretend. Oh my god, I love this game. It feels so good. It's so beautiful. The music, like this game, I know Poe 1 people like to trash on this game, and I also understand why they do it. But this game is special. They are too quick to trash, in my opinion. There's things about this game that are just simply legendary. I mean, timeless. And one of them is just like how it looks and feels. I mean, this just feels so good to move around. You play enough Poe 1, you forget how good it feels to move around in Poe 2. Good lord. Okay. What should I run first? Should I go run a map? I'm just going to run a map. It's kind of weird getting back into things. So we're just orientating. All you other haters are just imitating. And we are just orientating. Golly, I don't miss the loading screens. How are my defenses with Temporalis? They're not bad. I might get popped, but I might not. We'll see. I'll go here to the assembly. Naked tile, but a really hard map. I don't even remember buttons. Like, what buttons am I pushing? Do I have pre-buffs? I think this stuff's all for bosses. This is funsies if I want to. Blah, 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 blasphemy. It's funny. I gotta check my audio. It feels like it's maybe up a little bit too loud. Oh my god, this game feels so good. Sorry for the blasphemy. It feels so good. Dude, it's no wonder Poe 2 regulars can't get into Poe 1. This is just so smooth. And I know visual clarity in Poe 2 is we're losing it. Things are getting a little crazy. But man, it is way more clear than Poe 1. Ooh, a researcher's box. It's kind of fun. Oh, look at that. I got some temple points. You can see how many temple points I'm sitting on. I'm still sorry I'm pulling up this overlay. I'm still just looking at how everything is looking on the stream. I need to turn sound effects down a bit. Music up all the way, obviously. I'm at 11. I have 4 locks. So if I wanted to go ham on a temple run, I'd be fine. Okay. Nice.
I will unmake you.
Oh yeah. Yes, we will.
Death, take you.
I remember this. I remember this. I know what to do. Gone. This is a really juicy map. I don't suppose he's going to drop anything, is he? Nope. Poof. Okay, cool. That felt great. That felt very normal. Now the big thing I was doing was Sekhemas. And I wonder if I'm like out of barriers. Swap for temple. I can't even remember my tabs. This is kind of sad. Ritual Waystones based. Wow. I was going to do some things with Venters, it looks like. What? Extra quads. Gear dump. Stable swap. Spark. I think that was my Sekhemas tab, and I used all my Barrias. Let me go here and check my loot filter, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn Barrias on. Oh, that's my base filter. Nope. All of your base belong to us. Jinbaria top level. The reason Barrias will be good, a lot of people are probably gonna want carries now that the new league is coming. So it'll be good to have those on. Let's look actually. Let's look in like the trade channels. Last trade one. See if anything comes through here. We have TFT, right? Po1. Like, TFT is still around. I think people think it went away, but they have to just turn their channels back on. Po2 General. Po2 Softcore Vol Services. That's all we're going to do. Po2 Softcore Vol Services. Trial carries. Let's see. April 25th. That's today. 50 div. Gotta get some Barrias going and I'll make some money. Now, do I have Headhunter on? I do. I wonder if I just go slam a temple if I can drop a few Barrias in a temple. It'd be nice to not even open a trade window. Oh, whoops. Where am I? This temple's open? Wait, what? Am I locked? I don't even remember where my lock spots were. Right there and right there. Okay, we're locked. Close. Poof. Put that there. What does this thing do? Any number of Waystone mods. Yo, what's up, Judah Roars? Prepping for a full month. I mean, I'm not going to play a different video game. I know some people are going to play D4. That's cool. D4 bad. I'm not going to play it. I'm not falling for that bait. And then I could play more Po1. It's been very enjoyable. But like the Po1, you know, like streaming trend is really saturated. So if we go PoE, look at Po1. You know, I don't know if it shows anywhere like the total current viewers, 1.6K. Okay. And if we go Po2, 400. So, like, it's not really that much different between the two games. Not that I'm just here to, like, play for what people will watch, but I think it's fun to, like, get things started. The other thing is I have all these build guides for cool builds that I've made. And one thing that I really want to do is discontinue guides that are no longer relevant and completely update guides that have retained their relevance. So far, I've been doing the discontinuing. Like, I just leave the .4 tag on if it's not coming over. And sometimes I'll put in a note that, like, this has been, you know, this has been basically rendered obsolete by patch changes or whatever. But what I have not done in Po2 is go back through my variants after playing it for a whole season and just, like, clean everything up. Make sure that things are exactly as they should be. Because it changes over the course of a league, right? Like, you learn so much more what is good, what is not good over the course of a league. And so I feel like that'd be a really good idea to do all that for this one. So yeah, we're going to prep for a month. I'm going to refresh all my old guides. I'm probably going to do a couple of campaign runs, and then I've already got an idea for a build around Titan. I am expecting they're going to add new items. I don't think we're getting a new class. Everybody wants a new class. I think they're going to give us a new set of items. And I think they'll be weapons, obviously. All right, temple's opening. I was like, oh my god, my temple is busted. Hopefully I can run this. I haven't done these in forever, but my guy is pretty cracked. The only thing is my guy was cracked for
These temples, always rearranging their guts.
for Sekhemas. And everything's based around cast speed and cooldown. We'll see if the Sekhemas variant can just go in here and wreck temple. Oh my lord. It was probably not a good, like, example. I'm pretty sure I can do better than that.
I hate to destroy beauty.
Though now that this door is, like, blocked, we got a problem. Turn this down a bit. I think if I went, like, good ring, and then at Siri.
Must be more dexterous.
No? More dexterous. 72 dex. Where was I cheating 72 dex on my build, I wonder? Because I had this set up for swap. Is this? Yep. Here we go. Oh, wait, that'll be better. Maybe not still fantastic, but better. Here we go. And this is why, like, imagine going into the league and being that bad. We got to get things right. Look, I dropped a headhunter. Returner's luck. This is great. Headhunter down. I mean, I feel so clumsy, just mechanically. Like, I don't even remember, like, how to play. It's crazy. Traz, you want your first Divine Orb? You can come on in here and get one. You want one? There's just a few. All right, where to now? This way? One to all spell skills rune. I wonder if those runes have, like, become kind of saturated and they might actually be good value-wise. Probably not. There's probably lots of bros out here still grinding temples that never went to Po 1. Po 2 trashers. Just kidding, of course.
I feel no pain.
You know, Headhunter is really cool, but now that I play both games a lot, I kind of have some design problems with Headhunter. I don't know if anybody else has ever felt that.
I feel no pain.
Do you think they will nerf Adonias? That's an interesting question. I think they're going to nerf the power charge generation of the north side of the tree. What's my skill tree hotkey? Here we go. So if I remember right, and this is all just, we're refreshing. This was our power charge generation, and it was instantaneous 7. I think they're going to make this, like, conditional. Or I could see them just removing this altogether. And that obviously would be, like, not touching Adonias, which as itself, as a weapon, is interesting and cool, and it kind of needs to be the way it is. But we'd have to find another way to get instant power charges, which would probably be really hard to do. So that's my guess for what's going to happen. I also think they're going to get rid of Cast on Crit Comet. I think it's leaving. It's been too good. It's not only been too good too many leagues in a row, but it's just something where, like, nothing else can be better without killing the skills themselves. So they need to update the interaction. And I think they're going to do that. I don't know how, but
Corruption cuts both ways.
yeah, true. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Like, us Sorks could use something, right? Us true Sorks, not blood mages. Fake Sorks. But no, I think they're going to change it. I think it's too hard to design around mages when power charges are that easy. Because there's also, you know, nobody played it, but Spell Totem had some interaction with power charges, I recall, from a long time ago. And it was pretty strong, but I don't remember what it was. And so that's another thing where, like, anytime they put something in the game where power charges are good for mage, that node is broken. And it's not just broken because of its power level. It's broken because of the condition it creates. It creates a way to weapon swap, establish 7 power charges on demand. And that's just way too strong.
The vow have many on.
Don't Deadeye and Monk need that node? No, they don't use elemental infusions.
I need more time.
At least I don't think they do. I didn't play any attack-based builds this league. I did all casters. Because I had never done casters in Poe 2. They turned out to be absolutely the best. Is this thing really a tier 0?
Too soon.
Find out. Is it a perfect Venner? It is, but we want negative Venner.
Perhaps you will be a willing adversary.
This temple is so cool. Like, Temple was so cool. GGG does not get enough credit for all the cool stuff they do in Poe 2. All the Poe 1 bros just, like, dump on the game, and then everybody else agrees with them because they are, you know, they are godlike. It was a little too juicy, though. But who cares?
You defile this place.
Yes, I do. And where are you, mister? There you are. I haven't gotten any lock medallions. I don't know if they changed those or anything.
The vow have many on.
No use, no use. Yeah, another reason to start playing early is like, you know, it's very easy to forget some of the parts of the Poe 2 campaign, and like getting some reps on it is really helpful for understanding power benchmarks. Not necessarily understanding how to navigate the campaign, but when they start releasing patch notes and they say something like, here's what changed with Spark, right? And I'm rusty on the campaign, I'm not as like aware mentally how those changes impact a progression, right? Campaign and early mapping progressions especially. And so like just getting reacquainted with the whole game is really helpful for being able to situate what patch notes actually mean. So that's another reason I'm going to spend a lot of time pre-league just getting back into Po 2 basically.
It's all eat bit of the land.
The vow have many unseen.
Jink. Oops. What did I miss? There we go. No lock medallions. They don't exist.
Face me.
Anybody need a temple carry? I probably actually won't run any more of these. Although, I thought I was going to see some Barias. That's why I'm here. Oh, I had the wrong filter on.
You defile
Oh, crap.
this place.
Go night. Ah, dang
Shall
it.
be outplayed.
How early do we get updates in PoE 2DB? It depends on whether there's leaks. Sometimes stuff gets leaked. Why do I have 2 Ignatius temples? That should not be possible. Let me see here. There's only one. Does this take me to my site? I must have an old one saved here or something. I'm so confused. Templar totems, delete. Temple. January 29, April 26. Okay, we're going to YOLO delete that one. Refresh. Nice. Oh, that's a little cringe. But there's Barias. Yay.
Ayuk ta Enukina.
Oh my god, there's so many Barias. I'm good. I'm going to be Baria Gucci.
I need more time.
Wait, what?
Death is my power to wield.
Another Baria. Yeah, I actually, so when I was booting up to stream, I saw a YouTube video. It could have been clickbait, but basically it was teasing that there was already updates in PoE 2 DB. The DB is just a data mine of the game's raw data, and so if they accidentally inject something into the raw data files, it will automatically show up into PoE 2 DB, which has happened. It happens every league, actually. It just usually doesn't happen until we get a little bit closer. Dude, perfect exalt. Is it like not even valuable? That would be unbelievable.
The vow have many unseen.
As much as the temple was really fun, like we've never printed currency like this ever in our lives, it's wrong. Like a divine orb should not feel like an exalt. I mean, it never got so bad that you turn divines off, but
No.
you know, everything else got turned off. It's really weird. Sheesh. Yay, lock medallion.
This medallion's
I'm
rather
full? Alright. Well, I need the Barias, dude. That's what I'm here for.
None.
I was wondering if we would get any top tier Barias, and I've easily could have picked up an entire inventory full in one temple. And they don't stack, of course. There's Adonai Ezekiel. We dropped it. I gotta bring that
Too
home
soon.
for the sake of nostalgia.
The vow hath many unseen eyes.
There was one set of interactions in the mages this league that I never like really devoted myself to understanding and repeating. Actually, there were two of them. One of them was like the Frost Nova
Too
based
soon.
Cold Weavers or Blood Mages, probably.
The vow hath many unseen
I mean, that one in general makes sense to me. It's not like cryptic to me. The other was the cursed stuff, like the Dodris cursed stuff. And that stuff I think is going to be going away, so I'm probably not going to invest in learning those interactions. But I mean, I looked at enough POBs that like they made sense to me, but I didn't actually build a guy who used cursed-based triggers.
Get out of my way.
Think. Do I have to click on that cache? I can't remember. Garrison.
Death is
You
my
reek
power
of
to wield.
stupidity!
4 locks. Nice. Big chillin'. I like how this build just like slow walks the temple when I totally forgot what I'm doing. And yeah, Headhunter, man. Torn on Headhunter. Wonder if it's worth anything.
A relic from long ago.
What is it? LT? 12 div? Alright. Alright. Where's the, oh god. I'm glad that didn't just crash the game. Is that my orb? Yeah. Okay. Alright, we're going this way. I am gonna miss, like, okay, so now I'll say good things about Poe 1. I'm gonna miss the character building of Poe 1. Big time. There's nothing like
You
it.
have made a grave mistake.
And they have some work to do. It was too powerful. Builds were too powerful. There was too many too powerful builds in Poe 1 this league. Maybe I was always just bad, but I never felt like the power level was completely out of balance. In this league, I really did in Poe 1.
You have made a grave mistake.
Like, I personally made 3 characters, got them all to level 100 quite easily, and all 3, like, completely wrecked the game in their own special way. One, like, for almost no budget, the Shield Crush build was, like, nearly free compared to other stuff. Another was the Animate Guardian, which of course was really fun, but, like, it was completely way too strong. God, I still have a lot of temple left here. I'm gonna go back to town or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can drop out Anaya's. What's it worth? Don't think that should be tier 0.
It's all epic of the law.
So yeah, wrapping my head around Frost Nova type interaction could be interesting. I think Cast on Crit is going to get its own nerf, and so Cast on Ailment may be like the new standard trigger skill. What was that? Lyrics. Obviously, my filter is a little out of date. At least Divine Orbs are showing up, right?
Too soon.
Wait, where was that tink? I heard it. Things heard and seen. Was it back here? Sometimes they come way after. Nope. He was on like far away room, like over here or something.
You defile this place.
Moving on without
None
caring.
can oppose
Another
you.
sign that there's maybe a little bit too much loot.
Shit.
Wait, I just heard another one. I don't see it. Back here now? Oh, there it is. Okay. It wasn't on the mini-map as a star. Gotta play early to do some bug reports. See if we can get some bugs knocked out. Or spammed on the forum. Oh, there's another lock medallion. Back we go. Maybe. This is the world's slowest, extremely overpowered temple run. Like a 5 mirror build here. I'm slow walking the temple.
You have made a grave mistake. Square.
Oh, wait. What was that one? That was tier 2. Okay. I thought I had a tier 3 somewhere. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Maybe I grabbed it earlier. Hopefully. Think.
Death is my power to wield.
Yes, indeed. That's jewels. I can probably let go of that.
You reek of stupidity.
That's mean. My loot filter is unreliable right now. I just haven't been playing. I remember that, like, you know, chaos, greater chaos fell off the map
Reek of stupidity.
to the point where it was turned off, which is appalling. Perfect regals were off the map. I suppose I could pull up, like, my my price checker app. It's got some like live currency metrics that are pretty good. Because these architect orbs used to be pretty good too. Okay, that's the whole temple. Sweet. Did the whole thing. Oh my god, what a smooth game. So smooth. Locked and locked. Closed. Sweet. We're all good. Let me go back to town. What fun, what fun. Po 1. Gonna pull up and see how my stream is looking. How do I do that? Cool. That looks pretty good. There's some like brackets here that I need to get rid of at some point, but it's not the end of the world right now. Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85 divines. That is probably about average for temple these days. This thing is now worth over divine. Didn't used to be. Worth 2. Hello.
All right, your order is
Nobody's
registered.
farming, so stuff is worth a lot. Cultivations aren't. Surprising. Nulls are 23 to 1. Okay. And we have Barrias. Where should I put them? I think I had them here. Is that where I want them, though? It'd be nice to just, like, clear out a tab and put them in tab. Try and move all these gems. Where was I? Sparky? Nope. Stable swap. Wonder how good these are. Just saving a lot of jewels from Sekhemas that I think were like pretty decent. And then yeah, Headhunter. This is what, 12 div? It said. Figure out what's going on in my shop. That never sold. Ah, I got the coolest Cloak of Defiance. Why did I think this was so cool? The fifth. Oh, it's 4 socket. That's why. Okay. Wow. Impressive. Main. 12D.
Someone is bound to buy that.
You betcha. Alright, am I ready to go to Sekhemas and get wrecked? That sounds fun. I don't remember all my swaps, but figure it out. Move this up here. We'll call it Arias. Let's go get wrecked in Sekhemas. What do I got going on here? I was doing against the Darkness Relics. Quanta Relics and reduce trap damage, merchant choice, honor resistance. That's solid. Drops against the darkness. Okay, I should be fine to do it solo. I'm not going to carry anybody on my first Sekhema rerun here. That would be belligerent. I don't even remember like what I'm doing, obviously. Remember there was a little like auto hotkey I needed to open to keep this blink from doing the stutter step, which I'm not going to go full Chad yet, but I'm going to need to bring that back probably.
Another corpse to serve me.
Check my filter too. I had one for Sekhemas, I believe. Maybe his bases.
Swift
I don't know.
magnificence.
Less damage. We'll go less maximum honor. Oof. Yeah, I wonder if I have that script for the blink. Where would it be? O2 folder? I doubt it. It wasn't on my desktop. Po1 thing. Under the sun? It could be in here. Tags. Nope. Alright, more things I gotta figure out. More things for the future of me life. I don't think you can blink through there. Go the hard way here. That little script I'm talking about is so important for like a clean blink. Can't remember if this lever was important or not. I think it is. Nope. Thinking wrong, looks like. Two rooms, no damage. God tier. so rusty. It's painful.
Stand tall.
It's like
An
painful.
oasis in the desert.
A ritual, restore honor, escape, gauntlet. Okay. Where's my map? I remember these layouts a bit. This is another thing to de-rust. Sekhemas layouts.
The ritual has been disrupted. A moment of respite.
No evasion. That's fine. What was this one? Fire. Owie. The trap got me. I don't actually remember. Okay, there's this lever. Supposed to go around, but you can also just blink back through.
Waste of my
And that's
time.
it. Okay. Yeah, one GG.
I would give anything for a sip.
But it's sick, she says.
Death is my power to wield.
That's right. Don't forget it. Like, if the script was illegal, you'd have to kind of figure out how to play this, right? But I don't think the script was illegal because it didn't bind more than one button to a push. It just simply prevented the blink from, like, stutter walking after you blink. Not sure how it did it.
Impressive endurance. I shall aid you.
50% more damage.
Onwards.
Sure.
The foe ahead is formidable. Steel yourself.
That guy just do damage to me? I think he might have.
I knew you would succeed. Greetings.
Those bosses, by the way, they drop Sacred Water if you just wait a little while. There's the one we wanted, was the
Use
Enchanted
that
Urn.
well.
So that's pretty cool. I'm wondering if I should go get this script. It's a little bit painful. PoE2 Blink 8HK script. Disable sprint while blinking. Alternate version. You also entertain the ability will sprint. No, I don't care about that. AHK V2. I wonder what AHK I'm using. Oh, clean blink. AHK. There it is. Boop. Okay, I just had to use my search function. There we go. Look at that. Oh my god. Stupid how different that is. No armor. Rooms. I can keep it easy on myself for this D-Rust Sekhemas. The guy's really trying to sell his constricting command. Can you imagine? Oh man. Vibe coding with that script.
Impressive endurance.
Oh my lord. Bang, 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 bang.
The ritual has been disrupted.
It's like so fast, I'm not used to even using it. Like I like forgot that I can actually just blink really quickly. So it feels almost like unnatural.
A great challenge overcome. Relish your
But
mortality.
speed rapidly increasing here. Oh yeah.
The ritual has been disrupted.
Oh yeah, we're getting fast.
Relish your mortality.
Move on hit, more damage, deal less damage. Bam.
A great challenge overcome.
Yeah. Could go get the vendor after this. We'll see. That's nice.
Good riddance.
Chalice, escape, call it. Chalice is good. Hey. Hey, buddy.
A great challenge overcome. Let's plan.
Killed instantly. Traps are slower. Sacred water doubled. Restore honor on boss room.
Onward. We will
That one's really good for
succeed.
carries. Not that I'm going to be carrying anybody, but
Two ancient
you can't really have
guardians
honor
wait
loss
you
when you
ahead.
carry. Alright, so this
Be
is
like on your
that.
feet.
Get these big old curses. And go and frost
Press the
wall.
assault.
Sweet.
2 down.
That was an impressive display.
There's some type of little like bug on these guys after you kill them. You got to be careful in the campaign. They can knock you out. Wah.
Greetings.
Traps reduce damage. Sounds good.
Fight. We
Check these things. Nothing. Alright, it's feeling pretty good. Everything's feeling pretty smooth here. Want to restore movement speed, action speed. That's fine. What's this one? Oh yeah, this one's goofy.
You should have served me.
Nice.
impressive endurance.
Thank you. I'll always take random boons. Go there, and we still... Then we're bottlenecked into one option. If I go here, I have two options. But Chalice and Ritual sounds so nice.
Too soon. Another corpse to serve
A
me.
great challenge overcome.
It's just a weird ritual. Little bit weird one. Because getting over there was really weird. I remember that.
The ritual has been disrupted.
I gotta remember that I am allowed to blink really fast. Alright, what's this gauntlet? I don't know if I remember very well.
Not
Some of these
yet.
traps get pretty nasty. Oh yeah, I remember this one now.
Too soon.
It's a goofy one, because you can actually just skip that. Nice.
I would give anything for a sip.
Ah! I don't actually remember where to go here. I don't think I have to do anything with this lever. Pointless lever, I think. That is so easy. I don't remember that room. What the heck?
A moment of respite.
That used to be a room? Room added. Can you imagine? Okay.
Return to nothing.
What are we doing here? We got chests. Okay, I remember this one. This little fire trap is actually pretty nasty to go through. Didn't take a hit though. That's pretty cool. You have to go through it again, kind of. You actually can skip it if you want to. It's a doozy. Remove. Cannot restore honor. Remove after killing the next boss. That's no problem. Remember, you can blink fast. You're allowed to.
Not yet.
Stand tall.
I'm doing a lot of human walking. Very unnecessary.
Beware the scorpion's sting. This was the end of the trial in my time. But I sense another being resides here. Perhaps
That one's
you
potentially
can
good.
challenge them if you can find them.
It's gonna be like perfect tier 1 quantity of relics. Basically the only thing useful. Probably at this stage of things.
Greetings.
Minor burn
Always onwards.
boon converted to a major boon. You gotta love that.
Fight with intent. Fight with intent.
Alright, we're headed on to the test of time.
Time works against you,
Got him.
but I am its master.
My bug zapper just zapped this mosquito I had in the room. Sorry, animal lovers.
Death is my power to wield.
Sorry, Greenpeace.
A great challenge
I need
overcome.
more time.
Chalice, ritual, sure. Actually, a ritual on the test of time actually gets a little bit of a doozy.
I need more
I
time.
can't remember what the monster types are that do random damage to you, but there are a few.
Good riddance.
Or not random damage, they're just like kind of spastic and you gotta be careful. Remove, lose all sacred water and floor completion. That's fine, right? Because we're not doing anything after this floor. Oh, see, I just took a doink. I just took a doink in the face from that guy. And I don't know why. It's just like, it's just an orb. It's just a projectile orb
A
that
great
is kind of tricky to
challenge
dodge.
overcome.
Too soon.
Good riddance. A moment
I need
of
more
respite.
time.
What do you pursue here? You here suffer the same fate
There's
as the
that
leader
projectile orb.
Sekhemas.
Part of it is just like just
Another
moving,
corpse
like
to
continue to
serve
move when you have the blink. Which is easy to forget to do.
A great
I'm still like
challenge
de-rusting Co.
overcome.
1 mechanical movement here. I can feel it. Just kind of crazy. They're just so different.
The ritual has been disrupted.
Okay. Minor affliction when you venerate. We won't do any veneration.
I need more time. I can create better. Too soon.
A great challenge overcome.
Oh, I did lose some honor there. How about that? Poof. Okay. We're here. Swap. This. Whoa. Bro, don't crash on me. Oh my god, I'm at the boss. No. It should bring me right back in there. Look at that. My temporalis is still on the cursor. Scary. I think it was these, and then in cast on crit, it was Putrid and Conk. In efficiency, those are 37. 37. 29. 29. 26, 34. Okay, yeah. There's just that. Okay.
Let's get this over with.
That's going to be a test of time, right? Okay. Cool. I like how they did that. Okay, we're all set. Pre-buff was... I'm trying to remember everything I used to do for carries.
Duty.
Not yet.
Get a couple of these guys. This thing. There we go.
Come, Taljali. I shall enact your fate.
And then it was like chill and then frost.
Who are you
Got him.
to overthrow your fate?
See you, bud. And those relics are bad. And that's it. Cool. Over to keys.
Greetings.
And open stuff. We have 4 golds. Spectrum. Hey. Time lost. Mm-hmm. And then Arcanist was currency, and currency actually is like really bad in these chests, I believe. So next best was like
more time.
Mysterious. Just dropped almost nothing. Okay. And that's it. I mean, I could go with relics, but whatever.
I need more time.
Stop there. Cool. That was a solid first run back. Damn, am I rusty, but
Hail.
that was fine.
Go on.
2% spirit. That's got to be worth nothing, right? Oh. Really?
It's you.
200 div? Nice roll.
Someone is bound to buy that.
We got a nothing against the darkness. That's apparently 175 div. Bad. Bad. That has crit bonus. Bad. And then they have Alks in this game that replace Regals, basically. They make Regals not exist. So we just Alk everything. Maybe this guy needs some love. Notable damage of shock, minions. Crit bonus is still there. Curse magnitudes. Kind of interesting. Skill speed shapeshifted. What is that garbage? Ah, we lost it. Alright, so I used to drop these in the 25 diver.
Seems like a good deal.
Okay, and then those will just
Can I help?
sell back. Got another fly. I heard it go zap zap. You think? 4 div? No way. We'll try it.
Is that a good price for that?
You never know.
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, that was pretty solid. Solid run. Let's see how the PoE2 Twitch is going. This is pretty quiet over here, actually. Quite quiet. Okay. What's the next order of business here in Poe 2? Do I cut over to standard to look at my attack-based builds? Do we go on PoE Ninja and explore cool things that people have done? I think these 5 builds need to be retired. Probably Spearfield as well, though Spearfield was really fun. But yeah, AFK Immortal. We'll put a retired tag in front of this. That was... Where'd it go? Oh, it went to the top. Oh, okay. Well, that's confusing, but it's fine. I mean, Ice Shot was still really good. This is my most popular guide of all time, but Hollow Palm was pretty much killed. I mean, you could still play it, but you'd just be kind of silly to do so with the changes they made to it. Spearfield Amazon was a blast. Well, we're going to go ahead and retire. .5. Retiring this build until future patches make it outstanding again. I'll kind of put this little update on all of them. Keeps things very explicit. Really? Update. Oh, edit. And then I think there's one more. Flicker. Gosh, Flicker Strike was so fun. Retired tag on it. Retired. Spark. Blood Mage Spark. Spearfield Witch Hunter. Here's Whirling Slash. We'll retire that as well. Whirling Slash took quite a few hits. I think it was still fine, actually. People were still doing it with tornadoes and stuff, but my version was never like tornado based. Man, Spearfield Witch Hunter, this was really fun. retire this. Probably the only one I'm going to retain. Now that it's looking... Actually, it looks like there's going to be two I'm going to retain. I'm going to retain Spark. And I'm going to retain Ice Shot. So we need to kind of rework how the guide for each of these looks. This Blood Mage one was fine, but... And I spent a lot of time in Blood Mage and documented things that weren't documented in other guides. However, this is the one that I think is going to get the axe. So this is probably going to get retired. Now, I don't think Spark itself is going to get touched. And I think Stormweaver is going to be safe from nerfs. So if they were to leak, or if they were to release like some mana stacking changes to the tree or uniques, or if they were to unveil a new mechanic which helps with mana stacking, then Stormweaver could be really fun again. And let me switch over to my Stormy. She was so fun. I think she's mostly naked. I'm probably going to re-gear her without even touching my other guy. I think at one point I was like, I shouldn't make her naked because it's annoying going back and forth. But it wouldn't be too hard to get her up and running again. Mostly I just wanted to look at the Ascendancy and stuff. So yeah, the Ascendancy has three things going on. We've got infusions and remnants on these side trees. We've got mana stacking here. And the way that the mana stacking is buffed over here is just not good enough. Arcane Surge is not powerful enough. Like, mana regenerate based on missing mana does not keep up with the mechanics that drain our mana completely. Cast speed is just not that helpful at a certain point, no matter what build you're playing. And then, aside from all that, it's very easy to get Arcane Surge. It has affixes on items that give it for you on kill. There's nodes over here which just, like, donate Arcane Surge to you when you do things on crit. Right here. Down here's another one on crit. So yeah, this tree, this is the problem with Stormweaver. This tree is awkward. This side is just really not that great no matter what you're doing. This side over here became like somewhat tacky. It became viable in a somewhat tacky way. Like if you wanted to do limit-based stuff, like run skills that have limits, then you could really enable them over here. But this Elemental Storm was super, like, they put a big barrier in front. It deals damage every 0.25 seconds. So you couldn't really stack it that well. So yeah, this side is exclusive to limits. This side is just kind of useless when you really size it up. And then the remnants were reasonably powerful. We had reverse chill stuff that was activated here. And then here you can stack shock. So yeah, she was really in a weird place compared to any of the other casters. Like anything witch, she's weird standing up against them. Let me look at the other ascendancies. Chrono, and then her. She's cool. What's her name? Sork. A disciple of Varashta, obviously. Yeah, she was actually kind of cool. Interesting. Chrono, I don't know. Always been kind of awkward. Ascendancy nodes that grant skills always feel weird. Because those skills are always going to have like weird conditions or limits on them. And you'll generally find that the ascendancies people run are the ones that have passive power or that interact with the tree. And ones that have active skills, anybody's running them is just like kind of tacky. I hate to say it. I do like where we're at with this game in Ascendancies. The casters are a little weird. Like, there's actually 4 over here, right? Because there's Abyssal Lich, and there's 3 here. Just feels like kind of stacked. And then Oracle I never did play. Oracle seems really cool. Your mana is higher in your current life. Look at this. This is already better than the downsides we have over here on Weaver with some of this stuff. Remarkable. Summon totems. For chance you can choose unlucky. Inevitable crits. That's where you like crit no matter what. Can't remember what that is. That was really, really powerful. What was this, though? Walk the paths untaken. Anybody remember what that is? The unseen path? Check it out. You see what is, what might have been. Reveal a suite of Oracle-only passive tree nodes after ascending as an Oracle. On taking the unseen path, gain the ability to allocate these nodes. Where do I see them? Is it these? Is it like on the tree? Yeah, I'm with you, Judah. I sometimes feel like that as well, and that is not a good feeling, right? That is not how we should be feeling. All right, so what happened there? Did I gain? Okay, I gained. You gain the ability to use these nodes, everything in red. And so if you don't have it, you can't go to them. Oh. Let's see here. Yeah, just do whatever. What do I got to do here? Okay. Wait, you cannot take... I see. Okay, you cannot take those passives unless you take this node. And then you can take them. Okay. Cool. Got it. 2% chance. Look how low this is. They're so scared in this game to let things be powerful. Look at this. 2% chance that if you would gain endurance charges, instead gain up to maximum. What the heck? Could you be any more scared of like character power with that node? And the reason they did it is because... if I can find it. I think it was this gem. Here's an ascendancy carry. Consumes 3 endurance charges to raise a totem. I want to say there was like no limit for these. There was like no limit for ancestral warrior totems or something. I don't see any limit on the tag. You can only see those passives in the game if you're Oracle. Okay. Cannot have more than 10. So because they made this, which has to consume endurance charges to raise a totem, then when they came up with a cool node of gaining lots of endurance charges, they made it 2%. Like, just don't even put it in. Do something else. Because 2% is just a gimmick. I mean, that's absurd. All right, so if you highlight this, you see all the uniquely Oracle passives. That's very cool. All right, so with my new build plans, we're going to play around here. We're going to play around with this stuff. And honestly, I think we're going to be playing around with Smith of Katava a lot, which I've never played. I've played a ton of Warbringer. And Warbringer is really fun. They made some changes last season to try and make a few of these nodes a little more viable. Because really, like, Turtle Charm is so good. Turtle Charm with, what's the shield called? Lucky Block Shield. Ended up being like 95% block or something. But you take 20% of damage is nothing. And then obviously Titan is amazing. Titan's always amazing because you've got so much built-in AoE. And then you've got hulking form, which I hope they don't change. I think it keeps Titan alive. Keeps Titan like able to do its own things. But yeah, Smith of Katava I've never played. It seems like it's very easy to make it extremely tanky, which would be really fun. Tankiness later on in a PoE 2 season is usually useless because the game just simply isn't hard enough. The good builds end up scaling damage to such an extremity that you just don't need tankiness anymore at all. As you just saw in the Blood Mage I was playing. Just didn't need any tankiness. And I don't really understand this Smith's Masterwork. Like, there would be a lot to learn here. I probably just will do like a dry game run of Warrior with Smith of Katava as a way to like learn it, understand it, feel out how it progresses. And I might look at some POBs and stuff. As far as .5, Witch Hunter is always of interest to me. I think Witch Hunter has good tools now. And the Sorcerer's Ward barrier, I think, is like a lot better than it used to be. They buffed it in .4. I never did play with it. There's a lot of interesting, like, there's explode mechanics. There is like a deeper call mechanic. More damage type mechanics. There's a lot here. And then this is like just fascinating. The Weapon Master is really cool. My Spearfield build, I ended up swapping over to Witch Hunter because of Weapon Master. So Weapon Set 1 did a massive amount of things, and then Weapon Set 2 did like a massive amount of totally different things. And then, yeah, Decimating Strike is fine. The Better Call is fine. The Explode mechanic is fine. So, yeah, Witch Hunter I think is kind of cool. I'd have to play around more with Ceremonial Ablution to understand, like, really how Sorcery Ward works. We could look it up really quick just out of interest. So, passively manifests a protective barrier, which takes elemental damage from hits for you until depleted. Instantly recharges to its full value a short time after it stops taking damage or is fully deleted. So, if you're running a shield and you have block, like, you can stop taking damage really constantly. So, recharges after 6.1 to 8 seconds. Elemental damage hits taken from barrier for life, mana, or energy shield. Barrier can take up to 30% of your armor and evasion. That's a lot, because you can stack a lot of armor or evasion. And the fact that it's both is, like, pretty interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then if you go up here, the barrier also takes for physical and cold. That's everything. It's a barrier for everything. It could be like a hardcore type node. It seems so strong. I wonder if anybody fleshed it out. Let's look at the builds. Witch Hunter. EHP. 75k. That can't really be the highest, right? What's the highest of the league? 4.5 mil? Who knows if these numbers are real? Because of just how all of these tools work in PoE2. Excuse me. Sorry for the huge yawn. This guy was shield walling. Let's look at this one, because shield wall was cool. Three-level shield wall skills. This guy was hard shield walling. Only 1.9k life, but 17k armor and 35 block. So if we go back to source reward, it was 30% of armor and evasion. So it was a 5,100 damage based guard that takes from everything. Fizz, Chaos, and Elemental all protected by this guard to the tune of 5,100. And if you don't take damage for 6 seconds, it recharges back up. That is really crazy when you think about it. Definitely a cool hardcore mechanic. Hardcore shield wall witch hunter. What else is he doing with the Ascend? He was doing damage based on concentration. Break concentration on hit. Enemies have max concentration with 30%. Enemies regain every second. And then it's 40% more damage. So first hit doesn't get that damage, but subsequent hits get that damage. Interesting. Actually seems kind of bad. This is just all melee skills. I don't really know how shield wall works. It was a really neat looking skill. But I don't really know how it works. War Cries, Adaluis, Yule Natal's Heft. It's like straight Fizz. Shield charge for movement. Oh man, Sorcery Ward probably got even stronger when you scaled it up. Oh, it just scales the recharge. Whew, it can get really good though. Okay, I really gotta go to the bathroom. We'll be right back. This is cool to look at. Okay, now there is one little catch to like, and this is where like the PoE1 community can bust out their salt shakers. Like when you start theory crafting in PoE2, there's just one big problem, and that is that the game just isn't hard enough. So unless you want to play hardcore or unless you want to play SSF, there's usually like no point in your theory crafting beyond like day 2 of the league, because after day 2, whatever build is so much more powerful than the difficulty the game can serve up that it just becomes kind of silly. So what am I saying? Am I saying that I'm going to play hardcore? I don't think so.
Shipment sent.
Maybe I am, though. There goes that Grand Spectrum. Hell yeah. Profits. Am I saying I'm going to play SSF? I don't think I am. I really like trading. I really like being like integrated with the community. They're supposedly going to rework the end games. Maybe it will be really hard. And the other interesting thing to do, like if I'm going to be softcore trade, would be to like, theory craft mechanics in ascendancies that just really haven't gotten a lot of love. Unfortunately, the attack-based ones are too simple to be like interesting spaces to explore. Like when I look at each of these circles, I know exactly what they do in Ranger. And then when I look at these, I actually feel a little cryptic about it, but I just know that the power scaling from a damage perspective does not exceed these, and from a defense perspective does not exceed these, and that Titan is probably better than all three, and that any Ranger ascendancy is probably better than all three. So that's pretty bad. Like I said, we're going to bust out the salt a little bit here. These guys, again, if you're hardcore, if you're SSF, there's some cool things about them. Otherwise, they're not going to be better than casters and rangers. I got to hand it to Oracle. Oracle found a niche. That was pretty cool. And the Disciple, I know people did interesting stuff with Disciple. Let me go back and, because I think when I had EHP, this person was like nearly maxed with a Mjolnir build. What is this craziness? Rend? It looks really bad. 19k ES? Heck yeah. Rend is a Wyvern skill. I mean, this looks super cool. But again, like you do all of this, if you're in hardcore, you're in SSF, super cool. If you're not, what are we doing here? What are these? Won't be doing any parry, probably. 328 ES Discipline. What does that come from? That one grants parry. Why are they wearing this? Max all res? The discipline is on the swap because that's where the talisman is. Okay, that's interesting. It's kind of evasion based too. This is an extremely tanky build. Let's see what the chance to evade was on this guy. This is a cool build. I don't really know, like, still what this Descendancy does. It's so confusing sometimes. Look how boring this tree is. Goo. Okay. 19k ES. 885% increase. Max chaos hit is infinite. Obviously CI. Where's the evasion? There it is. 65% evade chance. And that is with, you know, that's the evade everything type mechanic. This is pretty cool. Navira as well. Navira. Elemental damage from mana before life. More energy shield recharge rate on low. Energy shield added to your armor for determining your fizz damage reduction from armor. The fizz damage reduction is 57 just based on the energy shield. That's pretty cool. This is a cool defensive layer. Again, defensive layers. What good are they for? Unless you're hardcore, unless you're SSF. So, hardcore Vader the Vol, only 3.5k characters. But look, the top is Disciple. So, you can see what I mean there. And look, most of the top players were Disciple. That's pretty interesting. Impressed the number of level 100 hardcore players. Good on you, mates. Good on you. Let's see what the Stormweavers did. I can look at main skills. They were just sparking. Cast on crit comet sparkies. All of them CI. This guy wasn't CI. He has life. And yeah, ES stacking was just pretty broken, right? So you just go like a very safe ES stacking Stormweaver. Campaign's a little sketchy at that point, but yeah. Sometimes doing this type of exploration really takes the gas out of you for a season, but then you get like the teaser and the patch notes, and then the gas comes back in. Just let my brain jog here. What is Decimating Strike? It's like lower cold threshold. Look here. Hits against full life enemies remove between 5 and 30% before the damage of the hit is applied. I see. So basically we get Calling Strike all the time. And this is like a reverse Calling Strike. This takes out up to 30% of the damage before the hit. And the call is, what is it in this game? 10%? I think it's really bad in this game. They're like really afraid to make it good in this game. Normal enemies at 30, magic at 20, rare at 10, unique at 5. Ugh. Okay. So that, you know, you could take these, but it's kind of silly. You obviously want to explode things, and then you obviously want Sorcery Ward if you care about defenses at all. I don't believe Witchbane is good at all until you get No Mercy. Unless there's other concentration interactions I don't know about. Trip, what's up, dude? We are doing some very early prep for PoE 2 League. I've gone through all of my mobilytic stuff and officially retired builds that really need something in the patch notes to come online in a strong way again. I've kept the 3 that I know are super solid unless they get nerfed, which this one probably gets lots of nerfs, but this one maybe hangs around. And then we know about bows in PoE 2, right, Trip? They're going to be good. And yeah, now I'm just exploring mechanics that are in other ascendancies that I'm not as familiar with, and just kind of wrapping my head around the theory crafting space of them. Enemies have less cooldown recovery rate the lower their concentration, scaling down to 50. Why do we care about enemies' cooldown recovery rate? Break their concentration on hit. And concentration has no other things in the whole game? Is that for real? I gotta check the wiki. Where's the wiki? Here it is. That can't be real. Exclusive to Witch Hunter that lessens cooldown recovery rate of enemies, reducing the frequency of their skills. Yikes, that is bad. So Zealous Inquisition, very good. This side is like, I guess you take Call and then you go Sorcery Ward. And you go Evasion-based Sorcery Ward. Maybe like Evasion Armor Hybrid. And you're a life-based build. The Shield Crush is probably the play. And I mean, there's something to be said. The campaign and leveling is so fast in this game that there's something to be said for having like a fun day one build that you then like don't really care a whole lot about after that. Where is the main skill? Wind Dancer, crossbow shot. Was nobody in hardcore running Shield Slam? I guess if you were shield slamming, you were just on a warrior. Is what I'm seeing. Let me look here. Surely it'll show up, dude. Shield wall. Monk. 50% tight end, 26 Smith. There's one Witch Hunter. Shield Waller. Oh, here we go. Here's a little set of them. This guy got to level 99. Giant's Bane, Brass Dome. That's cool. Whew. 39k armor? What? What? 39,979 times 0.3. Whoa! He had 11k guard. 12k. He had 12k guard. That's really cool. That looks fun. Now again, this is all just like if you're playing hardcore, if you're playing SSF, this type of stuff is really neat. But yeah, we're going to start a new folder of cool ideas. 0.5. And this is going in there. This guy right here. So this is Shield Wall, Witch Hunter with Sorcery Ward. His full armor build. He doesn't care about evasion. He's got probably reasonable block chance, 35. See the base on the shield. Damage taken from mana before life. Damage to fire, damage to lightning. I mean, his DPS looks atrocious. 60k. That looks so painful. But again, this is the hardcore SSF assumption. Create walls in a line. Instead to be create a lot on fissure. Support skills which create fissures in the ground, causing them to create many additional fissures at the cost of damage. And Yule Natals. Extra chaos damage, causing chaos damage to break armor. So no heft. That's kind of cool. It's a no heft build. This is also a 0 unique build. Resistances are not as important in Poe 2 as they are in Poe 1. Poe 1, they're like the main scaling defensive layer. You have to get to 90 all max to do good defensive things. In Poe 2, you really don't. I wonder how well this played. Let's go look for shield wall videos from 0.4. Smooth the Katava, Immortal. Leveling guide, avatar fire. Face tank bosses. New S tier shield wall builds. Intro. Okay, so there's what the wall looks like. I mean, that's really badass, right? This is max badassery. Of course, Spark is still better. Don't say it out loud. Of course, bows are still better. Don't say it out loud. Pretend those things don't exist, so that way things like this are cool. He has shrines in all of these clips. $2K life. Here he's face tanking all the Hard Abyss mobs. I can't see map mods or anything, but... And infinite shrines. Current character. Whoa. There's a hell of a double corrupted Hammer of Faith. Let me go here. Yeah, I didn't like the Cloak of Flame. That's awkward. What's the EHP? 39k, 56k. This is on Katava. Modifiers fire res also grant cold and lightning at 50%. And he's not using any max fire. Grant skill, fire spell on hit. Fire spell on hit, detonate dead, Ellie weakness. Curses. Whoa. Alright. I wonder if they'll nerf the shield wall stuff. It was really strong in the SSF meta. But I mean, that could be something fun to run, like just for fun, like before the league starts, because it's just so interesting. And I probably should run it on Smith just because I don't know Smith, and I think there's value in knowing Smith. I think Fire Spell on hit is pretty interesting. It bleeds Smith over into like kind of a trigger based, you know, caster type feel. Let me look at some of these. Fire spell on hits. How do you understand like who did the most damage? There's Sunders. Trip, am I switching to PoE2 now? I'm going to still come back to PoE1 and keep farming for a mirror. I still haven't dropped a mirror. But otherwise, I did pretty much everything in PoE1 that I could think of doing this season. I made 3 different characters to level 100. 3, like, totally different character types. My final character was deleting the most fulliest, juiciest maps in, like, 2 minutes or less. Yeah, there was just, I don't want to say I ran out of stuff to do. There's more stuff I could have done. It's just that I saturated, like, the joy of the season pretty much to the limit. All right, this shield wall is giga damage. How did he get that much damage? What is shield wall's damage based on? I don't even, like, know what shield wall is. Shield wall. Ram your shield into the ground, throwing up a wall of earth. Enemies can attack your wall segments. Your slams, war cries, and shield charge will shatter them all. The segments explode, damaging enemies in front of and around them. It has a base offhand fizz damage. This is kind of like, you know, I'm memeing myself here. I did Shield Crush in Poe 1, and I'll do Shield Wall in Poe 2. Shield Crush was good. And really fun. I don't mind doing it twice at all. How'd this guy get this much damage? It doesn't matter what your... It's kind of neat. You can run Giant's Blood. It doesn't matter what the damage of your main hand is because you're just scaling damage through Shield Wall with your offhand. What's his block chance? 52? How does this armor thing work? Anybody know how this works? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. Okay. So you can use as many of these as you want. You could use 8 armor nodes if you wanted to, is how this works. And you have Glory, Thorns, Fire Res, Max Life, Strength, Unaffected by Ailments. 50 of armor goes to Ellie. That's a requirement. 25 of Fizz taken as fire. Wow. 3% of life per second. Increased spirit. Reduced crit bonus. 100% reduced crit bonus. 100% of armor applies to chaos damage. Damn. Alright, so this guy did armor to chaos regen. Surprise. Fizz is fire. Surprise. Unaffected by ailments. Strength. Max life. And then what? You wear a white chest, or how does it work? Yeah, you wear a white chest. A 4-socket, you know, qualitied up white chest with an implicit. This thing is twice corrupted for 2 enchants. Well, that's pretty interesting. I mean, he throws the whole ascendancy into defenses. He probably needs no resist on gear, because half of fire res applies to everything. So he just gets fire and chaos res, and he's good to go. I bet he's like way overcapped on res. Let me open this guy up. Calcs, fire. It says 79. This gets 70 from fire to cold conversion. Cool. It's another one of those things where, like, if I'm interested in SSF, this is all kind of fun to explore. If I'm interested in hardcore, this is all kind of fun to explore. If I'm interested in trade, this is all kind of a waste of time. Because the Giga Trade League builds, yes, Titan will do something cool, but they're going to be here. Or they're going to be here. And the sad thing is, this is the really sad thing, and I don't mean to layer on more salt, but like it just is kind of sad. Doesn't matter which of these you have. And I'm going to say it matters over here, but like all of them giga scale. And it's just being on that side of the tree and having like one influential node in the ascendancy. This one that interacts with like Dax weapons and crit. This one that interacts with like, you know, your mana or your crit. So all of these imitators can do stuff, and these poor guys can do stuff. But these guys are going to take the crown of the league just by nature. This is going to be the fastest, and this is going to deal the most boss damage. So if you want to play hardcore SSF, these are your guys. And if you don't, these are your guys. And that's Poe too. Everything else is just like creative juices. Like you want to be creative just because. And that's, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I remember playing video games on a cartridge without anyone ever knowing what I did in the game. It was all just for fun. So, and those are some of the best times, right?
Have an order?
Hey-oh. Raked in the divs on that trial carry. That was awesome. Okay, this was really good catch up. This is a really good begin the gateway back into Poe 2, getting my bearings. We're de-rusting. Made lots of updates to Mobalytics. Got kind of the builds to maintain down to 2. We're going to keep an eye on Stormweaver to see what happens. We're going to keep an eye on bows to see what happens with Ice Shot. And then, I don't know what they're going to do to the end game. I don't know if I'm going to lean hard into something creative like a shield wall. Certainly would be fun, but if I'm in Trade League, fun only goes for 2 days, and then you just want the best thing. So, I don't know. We have a lot to figure out on the front of, what are we going to do. And, of course, we have all the new content to look at. But, in any case, should be a good time. You're thinking monk trip? Is that just because? Or, why? You just haven't done it, so you want to do it? Return of the Ancients starts in 33 days. Wow, that's a little farther than I thought it was going to be. As silly as that sounds. Because Tempest Bell is cool? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Ooh, community wiki. Duelist teased. New ascendancies added to game files. Wait, have people seen these? Look, Trip, you're not going to be playing Tempest Bell. This is a new bow character. And it has hovering ghost arrows around the main arrow. You're going to be playing this 100%. I know you. That looks awesome. Something with spirits. Huntress Wild Speaker. Dump-a-dump. Ba-donk-a-donk. Yeah, you're not going to be able to say no to this. This looks awesome already. And I'll have a hard time saying no to this because I love Amazon. I love Huntress. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be fun. I love Poe 2. It's going to be a great time. All right, I'm going to head out. Cat's out of town this weekend, and I got all 3 kids under my care full time. We had a great day today, but the goodness of the day hinges strongly on Dad's energy. So Dad needs to go to bed. Good night, everyone. If you're out there, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. PoE2 hype. Adios.